Hi everyone, and yes, here I'm going to do a Neville Nugget for you today, and it's from the book The Power of Awareness by Neville Goddard. Goes like this. When it appears that people other than yourself in your world do not act towards you as you would like, it is not due to reluctance on their part, but a lack of persistence in your assumption of your life already being as you want it to be. Okay? Your assumption to be effective cannot be a single isolated act. It must be maintained attitude of the wish fulfilled. And that maintained attitude that gets you there so that you think from your wish fulfilled instead of thinking about your wish is aided by assuming the feeling of the wish fulfilled frequently. It is the frequency, not the length of time, that makes it natural. So, as he's saying here, you have to think from your wish as if you've already got it, rather than thinking about it as in that you're here and there's a gap between you and it, okay? And it's the frequency. So doing it once isn't enough, okay? Frequency means frequently, doing it often, okay? Not how long you do it for, but how often you do it for, so that it starts to feel natural. That to which you constantly return constitutes your truest self. Okay? So basically what you put your thoughts on more often and more frequently is what your truest self is about, which is your desires. So frequent occupancy of the feeling of the wish fulfilled is the secret to success. Now I'm going to read that bit again. Frequent occupancy of the feeling of the wish fulfilled. So you getting out of the feeling of, oh, I haven't got this, oh, I want this, when's this going to happen, etc., is not getting you to where you want to go. You need to be thinking of it in a I have it kind of way. Okay? Thinking from it, to be more specific, as in the feeling of joy, the feeling of success, the feeling of I've got this now, the feeling of how wonderful is it, you see. So in this assumption reading of Neville's, he says it can't just be once, can't just be an isolated act, okay? It must be a maintained attitude, and to have a maintained attitude and to be able to hold the state, as Neville talks about, you have to do it frequently until it feels natural, which means you have to do it often, so that it becomes a part of your true self, okay? So in my personal experience, those things that I have achieved, being in London, being with this wonderful person that I'm now in a relationship with, having an amazing business, having good health, having eyesight that I can read a book without my glasses, all these things has required frequent occupancy, me going to that place of having these things, and that it becomes a part of who I am, and that I feel the joy of having it now. Okay? So, there we go. Thank you, Neville. That's on page 75, The Power of Awareness. I will put down below the Neville Nuggets. I always got to call it Neville. The Neville Nuggets playlist. I will also put down below the Neville Goddard playlist. I'll put them up here next to my head as well, so you can just click on them. And you know, there's quite a few nuggets and they go back quite a few years. So for those of you that are new and you want to go through some other nuggets from other books, then that might be a great place for you to start to digest Neville in little bite sizes. Lots of love, everyone. And I'm going to enjoy the rest of this beautiful evening. And I will talk to you, as always, in the next YouTube. Lots of love.